Several years ago, when I first started talking to clients relocating to Greenville, I was shocked at how many people were moving for remote work. And as I've found over the years, it has become such a great place for a remote worker to move to. I've talked with people from California, Texas, New York, Canada, really people from all over the country and all over the world that are thinking about relocating to Greenville for remote work. And you might be wondering, why Greenville, South Carolina? If you're just starting to explore the area, you might not know anything about it. It hasn't become so popular yet that it's hit every one of those top lists, but it's starting to gain more and more traction, especially with remote workers. So I'm going to share all the details with you in this video. One of the top reasons that I find that remote workers are attracted to Greenville, South Carolina is the cost of living. Greenville is shown as, according to PayScale, it's 7% below the US national average as far as cost of living goes. So for people that have a remote job where they're making higher wages than they might make in the local economy, that makes Greenville a really great option. Now, the other thing is, it's not just about finding a cheap place to live, because there are more affordable places to live in the country. But what makes Greenville special is a lot of the other things that contribute to the lifestyle. So let's talk a little bit about that. The other thing that I would mention would be the weather. People love that you have over 220 days every single year of sunshine. You don't get a lot of those dark, gloomy days that people might be experiencing in other areas where they live. People also like that you get 4 true seasons. So for people who don't want to be hot all the time, or people who want to experience a little bit of leaves changing, a little bit of seasonality, Greenville tends to be a great fit for people. Now, we don't get a lot of snowfall. We might get 1 to 2 snowfalls a year. Sometimes we get none. But people tend to find that they like having a more mild winter. We do have a hotter summer. So you are going to have, like any place in the Southeast, a very hot and humid summer. But in the afternoon, we find that it cools off a little bit more here than some of the other locations due to the mountains. And we have less humidity, much cooler temperatures in the fall and in the spring. And because we have the mountains and because we have a little less heat, we do start to see those leaves change and get to see some real fall beauty. Another thing that I find is people really love the outdoor living in Greenville. We have the Swamp Rabbit Trail, which I know a lot of towns have a rails to trail system, but Greenville's Swamp Rabbit Trail is rated as one of the best in the entire country. And people who come and visit here constantly tell me how amazed they are by the Swamp Rabbit Trail. It spans most of our county at this point, and there are continued plans for expansion. So by the time that you're watching this, maybe several years in the future, it will span the entire county. So that's something that Greenville really takes pride in. We also have Paris Mountain, a state park that is very affordable and accessible, that sells yearly passes where you can go kayaking, you can hike, you can do mountain biking, and you can do so much more. There are a lot of other mountains that are nearby, 30, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where you're located. So people love that they can do that. There's also a huge biking community here with several local bike shops, and there are some very famous people in the biking community who are here. There's also a really great golf scene. Several PGA Tour golfers spend their time in the off season here and train in Greenville because of how amazing the weather is and the golf courses here. If you are moving as a remote worker, you of course need great technology, you need connectivity, you need great Wi-Fi. Greenville has been rated very highly with that. We have fiber connection. We have several different companies that are in the area to meet the speeds that people need from that perspective. For those who want to do remote work but don't want to be in their house all day, there are a lot of great co-working spaces as well. That's something that seems to be really attractive for that remote worker, that they really love that they can create some sense of community and they can have a space to go to that is affordable for them. Something else that I find that is huge for people is the ability to travel and how close Greenville is to a lot of major cities. People love that Greenville has a small airport, it's small to medium, and it has been rated as the #1 small to medium airport in the US. It flies to most of the major hubs on the East Coast, and it does some direct flights depending on the airline and seasonality to places like Denver. So for people that do a lot of traveling for work, even though you may be remote, but you need to go in for a meeting once a month or whatever the case may be, people love that you have that connectivity with GSP being located in the Greenville area. For the people who want to save on some of the connections and want to just make a quick drive, Atlanta and Charlotte are about an hour and a half and 2 hours away. So you have access to 2 of the largest airports in the entire world right there in less than a 2-hour drive. Beyond that, what people really love is that Greenville has a really great culture. There's a lot of things that you can do here. It's a very friendly city. It's been ranked as one of the friendliest cities in the entire country. The downtown has been ranked in several top 10 lists. So there's always festivals going on so people can connect that have common interests. We have some large ones and even some small things, just like a farmer's market that comes. But we also have these really large festivals like Fall for Greenville, where people will travel from all over the world. We have Artisphere, which is a week-long festival where artists from all over the world will come to the area, and chefs, and a lot of other types of festivals that bring so many people together and create so much connectivity and culture in our city. We have over 200 different restaurants that are in downtown, so any type of cuisine that you like is here. And because we have major employers that recruit from all over the world, you get a lot of diversity as well that you might not find in other small to medium-sized cities. So there you have it. That's why we're finding that so many remote workers are moving to Greenville. It's for the affordability, it's for the lifestyle, it's for the weather, it's for so many reasons that I couldn't even cover in this video. If you're thinking about doing some remote work in Greenville and you want to connect with us, feel free to reach out. All of our information will be at the end of this video and in the description down below. We'd love to be your resource of choice when you move to Greenville.